part is just why Gladiator again? Like, is it anybody's vision, like, to do another Gladiator
Ridley
story?
Scott's vision.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I like Ridley Scott.
He wrote it.
Did he?
Yeah.
He wrote it.
I think so.
Okay. Did he write it and direct it and produce it and like all that shit? It's like his baby. He wanted to do Gladiator too, and he wanted to tell the story.
I'm on 5%. Look that up.
He's a little better at sci-fi than he is at historical fiction.
I don't know. His Napoleon movie sucked.
Who's the writer of Gladiator 2?
All right, story by Peter Craig and Dave Scarpa.
Oh, there you go.
Directed by Ridley Scott. Screenplay by David Scarpa. So it's not...
It's David Sculpa's.
Yeah, it's produced by Ridley Scott, which just means he gave them some money and he directed it. But
he believes in it.
Yeah, it's David Scarpa's baby, who is known for writing the shitty Napoleon Bonaparte movie, All the Money in the World, 2017.
See how that did.
It doesn't look... I've never
probably
heard
didn't
of it.
make all the
See how
money
it
in the
did.
world.
Yeah, it probably did.
See how it
Anyways,
did.
this has been AnythingCast. Welcome to AnythingCast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
Do you really want to see how good All the Money in the World did?
I'm on strike until you do it.
Okay.
He's
it had a
Will.
budget.
I stole it from
You're
you.
a scab. You're a scab, you son of a bitch.
The budget was
Do
50
scabs
million.
give
It
you
made
work?
57
'Cause
million.
That's a little different, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I'm my analogies. I'm trying. I'm reaching.
I just don't get it. I don't get the idea for Gladiator 2. Whose vision was it to do Gladiator 2?
Hollywood's.
You haven't seen it, right?
No.
Okay.
But I was going to see if you wanted to go see it.
Yeah, I'll go see it with you. Absolutely. Hell yeah, I'll go see any movie with you anytime. I will. I love to go to. I remember now every time I go to the theater, I remember how much I hate being in the theater, but I love going to the theater and watching shit.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it. Now that I have a gun and now that I can take Xanax, I think I'll be a little bit better in the theater. But
Interesting combo. But
I'm not joking. That's 100%. Every time I go to the theater from now on, I'm open carrying and I'm taking a Xanax before I go in there.
I don't think you can open carry in a movie theater, dude.
I think you can.
No, not in any of the ones I've worked for, because we
Hey,
just
well,
say
not
no
the one at
weapons
the mall.
policy.
Because the mall doesn't let you open.
Oh,
carry.
then neither of them.
I don't think that.
Malco
I think they're
says
going to have a
no.
little bit of trouble finding out if I'm open carrying if I just wear a big enough coat, though.
Well, that would be
too.
concealed carry.
That's fine, I
which
guess.
you technically need a license for.
You do not.
Not.
Not in Mississippi.
It depends.
It does not. It
No,
only
we
depends.
have concealed carry permits here. You can conceal carry into certain circumstances, like your house, your work. And
Everywhere
a couple
that
of
is
other
not
exceptions.
a jail, is not a court, and is not a library.
No,
I think
it
you're
is
thinking
not
of
a
the
school.
open carry rules.
No. Yeah, because if it's a private business, you have to go by their rules.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
yeah. If they find out, absolutely. But no one is going to, like, in Mississippi, I have never seen anyone get kicked out of anywhere for concealed carry or open carry.
I have.
Ever. I've never seen it happen.
Both.
That's amazing. I've never seen that happen the entire time I've lived here.
It's a movie theater.
Actually, you know what I have?
Back when I worked
and
there.
it was a strip club. But they fucking frisk you before you go in. So, but the movie
There you
theater
go.
isn't going to frisk me before I go in. So I'm not that worried,
Oh.
you know?
You would have to. They'd have
If
to
they
see
do,
it.
then Eric's working there again, and I'll consent to that.
It's kind of one of those things where, like, it's kind of like sneaking food into the movie theater. If we don't see it and you don't leave any evidence of it behind, then there's no way we're ever going to know. And
Yeah.
it's not an issue.
I
You
mean,
know,
I don't like movie theaters ever since the Dark Knight shooting. Like that did movie theaters in for me completely.
that's why we don't let people go in. But it does kind
Yeah.
of cause the same problem where it's like, if you outlaw guns, you take guns away from everyone except the outlaws. If
Yeah,
we
that guy
ban
didn't-
guns, then that just
I'm
means,
pretty sure it was against the rules to go in there with a gun before the Dark Knight shooting.
Yeah, he probably wasn't supposed to be in there.
He went in
that
through the
particular
exit.
theater. I think it was an AMC, if I'm not too
he
mistaken.
went in through the exit doors, like those big exit doors next to the
Yeah.
screens.
Nobody said that was cool when he came in, or if he did come in where people could see him. he
Actually,
did
there
not
was
show
one
them.
guy who said that it was cool, and you know that guy's name? Jesus Christ. He prayed to him before he went through those doors.
Well,
He
good
testified
thing he
that
had
in
the
court.
J-Man on
I
his
thought he
side because he
prayed
was
to
very
Joker.
successful.
He
he
delivered so
prayed to
many
the right
souls.
God.
He delivered so many souls to that man that day.
I thought he was
mean-
praying to the Joker.
That's a different J man, but very close.
That's Mr. J.
yeah, that's Mr. J. You're
Mr.
get-
J.
Mr.
That's who-
J,
that's who-
I praise thee in his holy name.
You guys like cock worship? As like
I was just
as like a
thinking
genre.
about like
As a concept,
worshiping
yeah.
a giant like
Cock, yeah.
white painted cock, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Mr. J and like, Harley Quinn's got like that like sub fetish thing where she just wants to be his like puppy basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like that idea and then cock worship on top of it. That's cool.
Sure.
Like the cock worship has like that weird implication where it's like they're going to be like deep throating the thing like constantly or something. But no, I just like some bitch to sit up underneath my rock hard dick and just admire it.
Yeah,
You
just
know?
be kind of like stroking it a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Just keep me hard and let's just see how long we can go. Before I just
If it's more
absolutely
than
lose
4
my mind.
hours, that you have to go to the doctor.
Yeah, well, if it lasts any more than about 5 minutes, then I think that I'm probably just gonna rape the woman. But it's I am a man after all.
I
And
don't
this
like
is a
being
sexual
teased
situation.
for a long period of time myself, but
I have never.
Issues?
I've never been in a situation like that, and nothing ever came of it. That's not a thing that's ever happened in my life, and you'll never find any paperwork that dictates otherwise.
The bodies aren't buried in the back.
Yeah, that's right. They're buried
they're
under
buried
the
much
courthouse.
further away,
Yeah, buried much, much further.
which was legal at the time.
And my parents have dropped hints to me multiple times in my life that they've buried a dead body together before. Have I ever talked to you about this?
No.
Yeah, my parents like...
Wait, is it something that will get your parents in legal trouble?
Oh, I have no fucking clue. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
they're
as he
my
said,
dad.
they've only ever hinted at it.
Yeah, they
so-
only ever hinted at it. But I mean, my father's like a decrepit old stroke victim, and my mother's like a sweet old woman. Like, even if, like, what are they gonna get them on?
Man, they got
OJ. You're right. I'm pretty sure they could get my dad.
They can get OJ.
They
got a
get
free
old,
man.
they get old peep. That's how they get them. Your dad's can't fight them off no more.
No, I mean, yeah, by get him, I mean, like, on the highway in the car with
And
the
I-
wig, with the, gloves, with the
Yeah,
rope.
but then he walked free.
Oh, yeah. No, my parents are white. They'll definitely walk free. But
If
by
OJ could get
them-
away with it, of course your
Oh,
dad
yeah,
could.
absolutely. Yeah, my man's he's a white Christian that ran for president.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get away. He's a veteran, for God's sakes.
Mhm.
But yeah, do your parents do that? Have your parents ever dropped hints at you that they've ever done something like wildly illegal?
Mm,
No.
Because
No.
I
Like-
grew up with that being a thing that was in regular conversation with my parents.
I don't think my parents have done anything weirder than like hang out with like weird people. I think my mom got shot at once or twice.
Did
but
she?
Not really her, just like the people she was with because they were buying drugs or something.
My
But,
parents
like,
were
that's
always like,
about
if you
it.
kill somebody, don't tell anybody. Just come to us first, and we'll take care of it. And I was like, yeah, you're just gonna take care of that. And they're like, absolutely. Like it's just no big deal. Like they know exactly what they're doing. They've got a plan set out.
It doesn't seem like it'd be that hard.
I kind of do agree with you. Considering Mississippi and land
I'm
ownership
just saying, it doesn't
rights,
seem like
and
it'd be that hard. Just we live in
Yeah.
a swamp. Just
yeah,
go into the swamp.
yeah, and just put them somewhere just deep enough.
Make
or,
them a bog
Hell,
body.
not even that. No, don't do that. Just fucking like get some land that someone owns that won't be pissed that you're there, and then bury a body there.
Oh, and also make sure that you do not bury them horizontally, bury them vertically.
Why is
and
that?
well, what you do is you bury them vertically, like straight up and down, which does mean you have to have a deeper and narrower hole.
Yes.
You need more than 6 feet for this. Probably about 9 or 10. And then you bury them standing up
So
or on their
just
head.
big enough for my dick. is what you're saying.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
a little bigger.
Yeah,
Or
I could get that measurement out real.
it might be a little bigger than what your dick would need, but yeah.
I don't know about that. I think.
Point is, so you get them in there
I'm
standing
not
straight
Will.
up.
Is my
Right.
point.
So you get the dead body in there standing straight up. You bury that, but you still leave like 2 or 3 extra feet on top, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And then what you do is you bury a dead animal
okay.
in the 3 or 4 foot like grave right there.
Okay.
And then that way, if the police ever come searching, they're not going to find a grave-shaped thing. And when they do find something there and the dogs dig, they're going to go down, find a dead animal, and then be like, well, and
I don't
then
know.
just kind of give up.
I wonder if they'd be able
Well,
to tell
hold
the
on.
difference.
I mean, the problem is, Eric, that you just fucking revealed it to the police. Now
Yeah,
the police
now
are gonna
the
get there.
police know
They're-
everything,
They're
Eric.
gonna find the animal.
Good
They're gonna be like,
job.
oh, it's the dead animal
Your
trait.
Honor-
It's the
Your
old
Honor-
vertical body trait.
Your Honor,
I have
if
to
it-
deflect from all the fucking concrete blocks in the bottom of my lake that are just concrete and nothing else.
Your Honor, as I stated in the last episode of the podcast that was entered into evidence, if you'll please just know that I am here under threat of violence to myself, and I do not consent to this recording at all.
Also, this is all satire in Minecraft.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is all 100% satire.
It's a reference to Star Wars. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah, yep, that's right. To Boldly Go. When are they going to get to Boldly Go, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
They've been trying to go to Boldly Go for forever.
Hey,
It's like,
guess
you know,
what?
don't panic,
Wait,
right?
My
It's-
mother says that joke every time they say
Thursday.
to Boldly Go.
it's Thursday, isn't it, for this episode?
Yeah, today's Thursday.
Yeah.
Last episode, you talked about you started watching new Star Trek Next Generation.
It is Thursday
Yes,
the
yes, you
12th
did.
at the moment.
Wow. Hello, future people.
Yeah.
How's that going? Because you didn't go into that.
We're only 2 episodes in.
Do you like that? Last episode we didn't let you talk at all about the Star Trek thing.
Dude, you didn't I didn't let you talk. Last episode was all me talking. You were just sitting over there high, like dealing with your phone. That was last episode.
And playing with the
Occasionally.
chapstick, don't
yeah,
forget.
and playing with chapstick.
I'm still playing with the
I know
chapstick.
you are.
Yeah, that-
Occasionally, I would look over and you would be like not doing something with your phone. You'd be playing with the chapstick, and then I'd say something to bring you back into the conversation and get your attention. Don't look over there. Look over here at me. I'm talking to you.
We need to
Stay
get this
invested.
kid a pill of Adderall and a fidget spinner.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I don't really care for Star Trek that much. I kind of think that Star Trek's kind of gay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like
I don't
it.
really watch it, but
It's Noble Bright, and
I've
I
always
don't.
liked it.
I have a hard time suspending my disbelief to recognize that Star Trek is always going to like have a very bright, ending, and things are
Right.
going to work out. Characters aren't going to die on Star Trek. The actual like threat to the characters on Star Trek is about as low as it can possibly go.
Except for all the characters that do die on Star Trek.
like red shirt guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
But
don't
they're
even know.
people.
Is that even like a next generation thing? Do they have red shirt guys that die?
Man, Next
They might.
Generation has like
I don't know.
people. Well, actually, Next Generation had one of the main characters die.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
Picard
anybody?
gets caught
I mean-
raping Worf, and they end up executing him. in one
Oh
episode.
yeah, I've read about that. They get
But anyways,
they get
it's-
Beverly or whatever, the doctor, to lethal inject him.
it's how Worf becomes the security officer.
That's why he's in
Oh,
Voyager later.
does the hot bitch die?
Yeah.
That's okay. She's not a character. She's not a character. We were watching the first episode, and then I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. And then the second episode is the one where they all get drunk. And I'm watching this whole time, and the writers are so bad that every character that's a woman, that if they get drunk, they just instantly get horny. That's all they do.
If I
It just
recall in that episode, everyone's fucking horny.
yeah, no, I mean not everybody, because it's everybody. Riker. Riker is just the one character, because Worf never gets drunk in that episode, which was all I wanted to see. Because
Aw.
and Riker's too cool for school, so Riker is just drunk and kind of mad and frustrated that like everybody else is drunk and useless. And I was like, that would be me. That's where like I see a representation. You could never get me so drunk or so high on anything that I'm not going to care that there's a meteor heading for me and I'll be dead in 15 minutes.
Oh, meteor was heading towards them. I think.
Yeah, that's the point of the movie.
I thought it was a parasite thing.
No. The point of they're next to a dwarf star, and then
Oh.
it explodes, and then it like blows out towards
I don't
them,
remember this episode.
and they're gonna die in 15 minutes. But everybody's too drunk and playing around to like to get out of there,
Huh.
right? And they do 2 things that I thought Star Trek would never do. One, they use another ship that's full of dead bodies to deflect the asteroid thing that's heading towards them, which I was like,
I really
that's
don't
pretty.
remember this episode.
I was like, that's pretty fucking metal. It seems
Wow.
like wildly outside of Star Trek like canon. That's not something, because that thing was full of like dead people.
Yeah.
And they just throw it at it to like buy them a few extra seconds.
Just biomass, man.
Yeah, which that's cool. I mean, like that's pretty epic. And then Riker doesn't get drunk enough to where he's not like a horn dog sex freak
Which
like
you'd
every
think he
other
would
human
be,
being.
considering
Isn't
he's the
Riker
Captain
normally-
Kirk,
What?
wannabe.
Yeah, he's regular
he's-
horny.
Yeah, he's normally like the horny guy.
Yeah, he's
He
the
gets laid
Captain
all
Kirk
time.
of the group.
It's a good idea for an episode, but it's really shittily played, in my opinion. There's not
What,
enough. If you get that many people drunk on a boat, there's going to be so many different types of drunk people.
What do you think of Wesley
Yeah.
Snipes?
You mean Wesley Crusher?
You mean Wesley Crusher?
No.
Okay.
black
Well,
man
I
who
like
plays-
Wesley Snipes. He's pretty good in Blade.
Okay.
The tax evasion thing was kind of like your deal more than it is mine, so I know you look up to him for that. But other than that, I'm glad he's out of jail and that he was in Deadpool 2. But, you know...
Next question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What do you think of Wesley Crusher?
He's okay. He's just some I like the design is more iconic than the character is good. You know what I mean? the visors and shit is better than his character will ever be.
Wait. Who do you think we're talking about?
I like he's laughing at me because he knows Star Trek characters like a fag.
Yeah.
Which one is Wesley Crusher?
Sorry.
Oh, is he the boy? He's a little boy.
That's the kid. Yeah.
The Jordy's the
Sorry.
black guy.
Yeah. I was just like,
Yeah.
no,
The blind. Yeah, the blind.
Yeah.
not the guy from Reading Rainbow.
That's okay. Well, you're a fag for knowing that, but cool.
I knew him better from Reading Rainbow than in Star Trek. It was happening at the same
What,
time when I was a
Wesley
kid.
Crusher?
No, the guy who plays Geordi.
Yeah, you were like, oh, okay. But yeah, it's somebody, I don't know. The Wesley Crusher's fucking annoying. He's like a child, and then they get him drunk, and then he's just like, he would be the horniest out of all of them. Like, realistic, because he's not like a child. He's like a 14, 15-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
You get a 14-year-old boy drunk, the first thing he's going to do is going to go jack off.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's just going to be like, oh, this feels awesome. I feel
Unless
great.
he's a Chad, then he'll get laid.
Yeah, then he'll get laid or something. But no, this fucking fag just plays with his fucking, like, piece of machinery the whole episode. And he's like, I'm epic. Isn't it cool that I'm drunk and I can still work on machines? He's just a fucking...
He's like a little engineer.
He's a Mary Sue is what he is. He's got no
He is a
fucking
Mary
flaws. He only exists for Picard to learn to like people. And I like that about Picard so far.
He
Because...
doesn't like people.
Yeah, Picard has a flaw, which I didn't think he would. I thought Picard was going to be a flawless character. I thought he was going to be a Mary Sue, but he's not.
Honestly,
No.
I mean, Picard, I remember being pretty well done. I think he suffers... One thing that his character suffers from is the episodic nature.
And the
sometimes.
baldness, but yes.
I think the baldness is a perk.
Well,
That's like a feature, not a flaw.
that's because you're into other men, but women that are into men disagree with you, and
Well,
it's
how am I
definitely
supposed
a flaw.
to fit their entire head in my anus like in that video from back in the day if they have a bunch of hair in
Patrick,
the
go
way?
ahead and throw that video up. As you can see, Eric, from that video, he's actually not sticking it in her anus. He's actually sticking it in her vagina. Sticking a head inside of an anus would actually be against the laws of God, and I would have to decapitate you, inshallah.
Well, you'll be
You'd
very
break someone-
unhappy to know that I am wearing a prosthetic, and that is my ass in that video.
I thought you were talking about a prosthetic head, and I was going to say touche. It's a very good prosthetic.
Probably would have been a better idea considering you have that decapitating sword for
Yeah,
people
well,
who do
you know.
anal stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well,
I
it's actually
should've-
Kira's sword. She gave it to me.
The funny thing is, I
It was
actually
their wedding
thought
gift.
that
Yeah.
I was thinking ahead. I have the vagina prosthetic on right now. I don't know why I thought that was going to help me.
I don't know. You've got them both on, which is weird.
Yeah, well, I got here from a dick girl convention.
Okay.
No one actually knows I'm Hatsune Miku, but
No, they'll find out after this. I mean, when they see that video, dude, that I put up on the screen, it's so obvious. Like it's one for one. Isn't that video
mean-
like just like a? Is it just like a woman hanging from the ceiling, just like some giant fat black bitch? Isn't it? It's just a bald guy putting his head in someone's lady's
honestly,
pussy.
I remember the bald guy putting his head in the pussy more than I remember anything about the woman.
I hope I'll be
feel
able
like
to
she
find
was
that.
light-skinned, though. I don't feel like she was black.
I feel
but
like I'm gonna have a hard time finding that video. I've had a hard time finding that video in like the past couple of
if
years.
she was black, she was like olive-toned or
I
something.
go back to that
'cause
video occasionally just to show other people.
Now I don't know, though, because it's been so long, my brain is like, dude, that was just a woman.
Yeah,
Like,
of
my
course.
brain doesn't...
Well,
it's
it's-
just like, that
it-
wasn't what I was looking at. I
And
was
to be
looking at what
honest,
was
that's
happening
not
to the
a woman. That's a hole. Is what that is. You objectified the woman to like the pure sincerity. You don't know what her hair color is, her race. You just
I
know that
wonder-
she is a hole for the man to stick his entire head inside of.
I wonder if she got paid well for that.
I would have to hope so.
I always
Like-
hope so, but I don't hear good things about the porn industry.
Me neither, but I mean, like sometimes, the weird part is that the times that I do see women like in porn where I'm like, I'm not worried about if they got paid well is where they get that like that bondage show that everybody's seen clips of. It's like a bunch of like ugly old men, and they strap women to like fucking chairs and shit, and like with ropes, and then they fuck them until absolute insanity.
I think
You know when
that
I don't
you and
worry
me
about whether they made their money or not is when I see them in Dubai.
Yes, because
Dubaiing
there's
what?
definitely no sex
Getting-
traffic in Dubai. You're right.
Well,
no
normally,
woman
no.
getting fucked in Dubai needs any of your sympathy. They are all
That's not all what I said.
whores.
Typically, when you see like a famous porn star like in Dubai, what's happened is the like a Saudi prince or
Yeah, they've
whatever,
married some rich guy from Dubai.
Yeah, basically bought her time, and then they typically do scat fetish stuff.
Isn't Rihanna married to a Saudi prince or something now?
Is she?
Yeah, I think so. There's some fucking hole in the industry that's like Rihanna that's married to like some Saudi prince.
I always confuse Rihanna for that chick who was in that Jet Li movie who died in a plane crash. I don't know why. I think because they
The
started
woman
to be
from
famous.
Swordfish?
Maybe. I don't know. I just
The
remember
woman
mean-
that played Catwoman?
The woman
Halle
who-
Berry?
No,
The
no.
woman who
I know
played-
Halle Berry's fine.
The woman who played the angelfish in Shark Tales.
Ooh, that might be her.
No.
The woman who played
Wait.
Angela in Shark Tales.
I've never seen Shark Tales, so we could
I think it's Halle Berry.
add that. 100% sure it's not.
I'm
Yeah, is it
pretty
Whoopi
sure
Goldberg?
that that's
It
Halle
was
Berry.
not what Whoopi Goldberg.
Is it Oprah?
No. She was a singer. So no,
Reba McEntire.
not black. Reba Black.
Will, can you name one
Maybe if it was
Native
Reba
American
Blackentire.
Okay.
Shia LaBeouf.
Patrick, go ahead and put in a rim shot for Eric there and like a little bit of applause. He's gonna need that when he
That was,
listens
that
back
was
to this.
that was such a dad joke.
He's
My
gonna-
wife just got pregnant.
Yeah.
Like that.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was the black woman I was thinking of. It was Shia LaBeouf. He died in that plane crash before being the female lead in that Jet Li movie. Yeah.
Perfect.
It
Shia
was in
LaBeouf
the,
is having a hard
early
time, huh?
2000s.
He got raped.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
Like recently?
No, I think it was like 5 years ago or so. It was around. No, actually, it was around 8 years ago because it was in 2016.
God, how do you?
Wait,
get
was that
raped?
when he did that thing? about,
Yeah, he
like,
did
they
like a
shall-
public exhibition thing where you could go into a room with Shia LaBeouf and do whatever you want to him.
Oh,
He didn't get
Yeah.
raped. He got sexually assaulted. I thought.
He
a
got
big difference between the two.
he had a phallus inserted into him.
Oh,
He got
really?
raped. Yeah, yeah, he got raped. He's very
wait. So
open about it.
Wait. So he's just in this room.
It's tied up Shia LaBeouf like he's gagged, tied up Shia LaBeouf naked, and you can do whatever you want. That was the art piece.
How did he not think he would get raped?
I mean, he's the guy who put up the fucking
guess
"he
he
will
had
not
faith in
divide us"
humanity?
thing.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Is like, was that related? Because that was around the
That
same
was
time.
afterwards. I think that was him trying to cope
I
with
feel like
being
he
raped.
wanted to be divided from that dude. The dude
Oh, yeah,
was,
yeah.
practicing
He
addition.
wasn't actually talking about
He
Trump
wanted
with
to-
that flag. He was talking about the guy who raped him. And by us, he meant his ass cheeks.
He divided those ass cheeks,
Yeah.
though.
He pulled his dick and it popped open.
And then he
Just like in the
added
last
one
episode.
The high
penis to
point
his
of the
anus.
podcast,
Yes.
making fun of a rape victim.
Yeah.
We're
Fuck 'em. I've
classy.
been raped. I don't fucking care. I'll make fun of Shia. Dude, every time I got raped, I didn't get raped in a fucking art house. I mean, like, if I had gotten raped in a fucking art
Yeah,
house,
it would
then
have
I
been a classy rape that you could
That's
appreciate.
what I'm saying. I wish I had been raped by women. And if I can make it another addendum.
rape me somewhere nice?
Everyone wants to be raped by
Mr.
women.
J.
Everyone wants to be raped by women. What are you talking about?
No,
if
I'm
it was
saying,
raped
like,
by women, it
Please
wouldn't be
separate
rape.
your
No,
fetishes
I'm just saying.
from legal and like ethical boundaries. Here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna make jokes about rape, why can't we
I'm
go
not making
all
a
the
joke
way?
about raped. I was raped. I'm not making a joke about rape.
You're saying I wish I was raped by other people.
I wish I was raped by a
joking.
woman because I was raped by men. That's not a joke.
I don't
That's just a
think
real.
you want to be raped at all. I think the actual statement is, I wish I wasn't raped.
I would have liked to have had sex with attractive ladies instead of being raped by those men.
And generally, like, you know what? I don't know. If you had changed some of those rapes around to where I got raped in an art house, I might be more confused as an adult. It made a lot more sense to get raped in someone's bedroom But if I was like the fucking
You're
grand,
just tied up in it.
but if it's in like the Memphis Museum of Art or
Why am I
something,
here?
yeah, I would have been a lot more confused. I'd have like some repressed things about Picasso.
Then he comes over, sprays baby oil all over you.
Oh,
Let's
hell
have
yeah.
a freak off.
God. I don't know.
Which is how I imagine he announced those.
It'd be one thing if every single one of those people walked away with like 10K every day they went up there. That'd be one
Rape
thing.
victims?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Well, then
I was lost where we were. You were talking about like the freak off things. I was like, what? Just every time you go to the art house, you get raped. You walked away with $10,000.
I mean, if
Realistically,
that's just
I'm not gonna lie. If that had been the offer, I probably would have gone back for
it's
seconds.
not rape though. That's just very unpleasant prostitution.
Well, the rape would be the first one, and then he says, like, you can come back and we do this again. I'll give you $10,000.
Yeah,
I probably would have showed back up. I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have like, well, $10,000 is a lot of money. I do this one or I do this 5 or 6 times. I got like a down payment on a house in 2024.
Yeah, 5 or 6
What you're saying
times
is you would have with Harvey Weinstein.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got offered one time. I've talked about this, haven't
Yeah.
I? Yeah, I got offered one
You said
time.
no because he had AIDS.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
remember this now. I was about to say, like, wait, no, okay.
Yeah, you were like, you got
And then-
offered
and
one
then-
time. You would have taken him up on it. What are you talking about? No, I would remember you
10K.
taking a guy up on that.
And then you had like your own like whole Griffith scene where you were in the shower and you were scratching your arm.
yeah, I scratched into my arm until I bled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my mother came in and was just like, "You're getting the shower dirty. Get out."
Yeah, and then she
And-
stroked your dick and you had like mom sex or whatever.
And then when you came, she punched you
With
in the
my own
balls.
mother.
You're a dirty, dirty boy.
I had
Yeah.
stepmom sex
Yeah.
with my own mother.
Just to keep it legal.
I don't think
okay,
that's,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's his biological mom, but she was his
It
stepmom
was
at the
Actually,
time.
it was a stepmother porno that we were making to keep it legal. You
Yeah,
know?
they were shooting stepmother porn, but
Yeah.
it was his biological mom. But she was playing the character of his stepmother.
That's a good. That's
So
a
it
good
doesn't
fucking
count.
dude. That's
We're
a good character.
actors.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good skit. It's like the cops bust down the fucking hotel room door, and they're like, "You're under arrest for prostitution." This isn't prostitution. We're filming porno.
Okay,
Yeah,
well you're under arrest
yes,
for incest.
No, it's a stepmom porno. Is that not your mother?
She's an
She's an
actress.
actress. Right now, she is my stepmother, not my mother.
She's a method actor, okay?
Please do not
Damn it,
get
Kwazowski,
Have
they
some-
got us.
Have some fucking respect for the art, you damn plebs. Jesus
Please
Christ.
do not get in the way of my vision.
Ugh.
Yeah, the cops just, well, okay, all right. They just put their guns up and walk away. You guys have fun now.
Fucking groundlings over here.
And,
Jesus.
like, right when they're closing the door, I look at the camera. I'm like, oh, God damn it. The battery's dead. And they're just like, gotcha. They just bust back in and handcuff us.
Good thing
Yeah.
I've got this spare.
And then you learn into the
damn
1950s
it.
and they say, get the paddy wagon.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. And
It's
it
okay.
turns
It's
out
the
I'm Irish.
1950s. The spare is actually full of cocaine.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That's not a crime yet, so.
God,
I'm
I want to
cool.
do some cocaine again.
Me too.
Yeah, we should just do cocaine sometime.
Is this a cocaine podcast?
Not really. I don't think Will would ever do cocaine.
I can't do cocaine.
What do you mean you can't do cocaine? You have a nose.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Trust me.
You're just not trying hard enough, Will.
Don't worry. Don't talk yourself down.
Let's get Will into
Strictly-
cocaine.
Don't talk yourself
Strictly
down,
allergic
Will.
to cocaine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
From all those times you did cocaine.
I
and
bleed
had
through the
allergic
nose when I do
reaction.
cocaine.
Have you done cocaine before?
No.
Aw.
Okay, then. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Pussy.
I thought so. He's just a pussy.
Pussy.
I'll get some cocaine. I'll
I'm
get
just a
like a little
fun-
bit
I'm
of
just a
cocaine. We
little
can do
fungus
cocaine on
boy.
the podcast.
I'm
Look,
so down.
don't
Well,
talk-
yeah. Well, the downside is that you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
It's
I'm
a
not,
big downside for me.
There's no
I'm
way
really
I'm doing.
disappointed.
Yeah, there's no way I'm doing this if you're not paying for any of the cocaine. That's
Okay,
not happening.
fine. Let me get that out
Yeah,
of there. We're gonna-
just get the Heineken bottle.
yes,
We're
the
just a
cocaine.
contact toast, and
Now
we're
the
just like,
cocaine
sorry,
fund.
bro. So we decided to spend the money on something else.
cocaine and hookers.
Yeah,
It's like, well,
okay.
I mean, can't get mad at that.
The Shrek videos got like a fucking problem because
Yeah.
our artist dropped out.
Artist got sad.
Yeah, artist got sad because AI is taking away all the art jobs, and he can't like afford to do art anymore. So we can't end the Shrek video on the animation that we were getting made. So now I don't know what to do. Now what do? Do I just use all I've got is like a storyboard basically. And I don't know. I don't want to use that.
Could we do like...
We could hire another animator,
storyboard?
I guess. What?
Could we just do like...
That's what I just said. We can't. I don't want to just do the storyboard.
Wait, hold on. Just let me cook. An
animatic?
Could we take each picture in the file that says ideas for the Shrek video?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
I see. So that's like a thing that exists now that's somewhere on my computer. All right. Yeah, I'm working with you so far.
And
So you're saying we put these pictures in sequence and then show them one at a time,
yeah,
like a
they're
storyboard.
story, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
we do it in the video.
Except like how you're describing the way a storyboard is, not like a storyboard.
Yeah, not like a storyboard, but like more like a storyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like a bunch of pictures in sequence that haven't been animated or
Or
like
quickly-
edited together.
Some guy said that if you leave the podcast, he's unsubscribing today. That's, and I think I'm starting to see why.
No, but like, could you do it with a bunch of frames and make it look animated?
You're talking about an animatic, is what you're referring
Oh,
to.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
like, we could do an animatic, but the whole point of the watch along videos is I put a lot of soul and effort and like time into making them funny and like I do a lot of editing. It takes a long time. It takes roughly 100 hours to make any of those videos. So I want to like put as much effort into it as possible. And if I want to, I don't want to, what's the word? I don't want to like lessen or cheapen the product at all by not having the phenomenal bit that we did. And then had like, I mixed the audio for it. I added sound effects.
What was the bit at the end?
It was, I shoot myself and then you guys bring me back to life using an adrenaline needle. And, so all I've got is like a storyboard, and like the bit works. It's very funny. Everybody thinks it's funny, but like I've sent it to like multiple people. Be like, "Is this funny? Should I use this?" And they're like, "Absolutely, that's hilarious." And so now I don't know what to do because that's how the video ends. Do I just and I could hire another animator, but it would cost me like an arm and a leg. It'd probably cost me $500 to get that animated by somebody else.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
So I don't know what to do. I don't want to scrap the Shrek video altogether because the Shrek video is
No.
funny and it's good.
I think I'd rather put up the storyboard before we scrap it.
I know. I'd rather not release the Shrek. Here was my plan. I was going to release the Shrek video on Christmas. That was legitimately my plan. I was planning to edit it
Can
while I
I
was
get
off
somebody
work.
on Fiverr to do it?
No, I can't, dude. I can't get somebody on Fiverr to do it for less than like $500. I'm talking about like this is like real animation. It's not like just some shitty, CG animated thing.
Okay, but okay. Going back to the Animaniac.
Animatic.
Yeah, the animatic. How
An
much?
animatic is like what we have that video of Eric where he's talking about fucking his mom.
Okay,
Dad.
how much cheaper is that?
Yeah, your dad and your mom. How much cheaper is an animatic? About $300 because it doesn't have color and it doesn't have in between frames.
Okay, well, why don't we just take the cheaper option?
Because it looks like shit.
I don't think it looks like shit.
I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to make a cheaper product.
Well, unfortunately, we're a cheap show.
Unfortunately so, but I would rather not make something if it's going to be cheap. The podcast is cheap.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Your champagne taste is being hard capped by your beer money.
Yeah, but currently you're poo-pooing all over the money he wants to save up to buy a single bottle of champagne every year.
Yeah, I'm not making these like constantly or anything.
The man's drinking Bush and Keystone the entire rest
Well, you're
of the year.
saying,
Let him have
you're
one
saying,
bottle.
but hold on, no. You're saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Well, I'm trying to give you multiple options here because you're like, I don't want to spend $500. Fine, let's go with the cheaper option. I don't want to go for the cheaper option. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Well,
at an impasse.
I don't want to put it out at all. Well, I don't think you should not just put it out because we worked hard on it.
Well, then come up with at least a third option then, because those are our options.
Well, there are three
and neither
options.
of them are neither.
You have the cheapest option, which is just doing the storyboard, which you have.
I have.
Have the middle
Do you know
option.
what a storyboard looks like?
Yes.
Okay.
You have the middle option.
Get an
which-
animatic done.
Get an animatic done, which is
Okay.
the middle cheap option. Then you have the expensive option, which is the full-on in-color animation.
I would really rather just save up and get an animation. but I'm not going to be able to release the Shrek video on Christmas for that. That's my point. My point is, I'm not going to do it if I can't get an animation done at the end of it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to release the fucking video. But
Well, definitely don't scrap it.
I'm not going to scrap it. It's going to sit on my computer for an era because we don't have any money. The show doesn't make money.
Yeah.
But
By the way, if you want to go to our Patreon.
yeah, if you want to go to our Patreon, go to patreon.com/AnythingCast podcast and subscribe to our $500 tier.
We currently only
allow
have
us-
43,000 members. and
Yes,
we could be doing a lot better.
Honestly, we only rake in about $210,000 a month, so we don't
Look.
really have animation money.
Until I make PewDiePie money, we won't be having animation
Exactly.
money. I will
See?
not allow it.
No, I agree with you completely.
I need my
Until
race
we've
car
got
bed every week.
Dubai, yeah. Until we've got Dubai, Saudi prince money, I'm not putting out the Shrek video. That's all I'm
Yesterday,
trying to
when
say.
I was in San Francisco, I had to go to the shitty sushi restaurant.
See, we're not gonna. This
I
is
mean,
not
it-
the show for that.
It wasn't because I couldn't afford it. I was running out of time. And
We
had
are
to get to the
growing,
next
though.
Recording, but yeah.
We
Saw
are
that.
growing. That's at least nice. That animatic that we had done of you fucking your dad and your mom's body is popping off. It's at like 75,000 views.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, it's got like 75,000 views right now.
Hey, did you bring
Pretty
Halo?
cool.
Yeah, did you bring Halo or Bullet
Hey,
Train?
shut up.
I texted you this morning to remind you to do that.
Yes, I know, but I had car trouble on the way over here, and I forgot. I remembered to take the trash out
Did you
on my
watch
way
Bullet
out.
Train?
No, I still haven't watched Bullet
Fucking
Train
Lord.
yet. What's the point?
Because I asked him I asked him like a week ago. I was like, what do you think of Bullet Train? He was like, you know what? I'll watch it tonight. And I was
That
like,
was a week ago. It was like 3 or 4 days
I was like,
ago.
his ass isn't gonna fucking watch that tonight.
When are you free next? Let's schedule it right now on the show. That way the commenters can hold you to account.
I'm off this weekend. Again,
All right, you hear that?
finally.
Every good people of this podcast,
You want to watch
Saturday.
Bullet Train with us on Saturday?
I have tabletop.
Oh, do you want to watch Bullet Train with us on Sunday?
I have tabletop.
So wait, when were you thinking we weren't
By
recording this
tabletop,
next
by the way,
Sunday?
he means he goes and tabletops old men. That's
Oh yeah, he gives him a nice
Wait, are we
tabletopper.
doing?
Do you not know what tabletopping is? It's where you get behind the dude and you're on your like hands and knees and then somebody pushes them from the front. You never got tabletopped?
What?
That's a real thing. Tabletopping is a thing that elementary school, they like high school kids do. If you're
Like a
standing there and I'm
trust fall?
talking, no, dude. If I'm
No.
standing here and I'm
Talking
looking at
about-
Will and then you get behind him on your hands and your knees and then I push him and he falls over you.
Oh,
That's tabletopping, dude.
Oh, I never knew of a word for it, but yeah, no, someone ducks behind someone else. and
Yes, that's
crouches beneath
tabletopping.
them,
That's
and
what
then
Will
someone
is doing
pushes
on
them.
Saturday and
Okay.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, if we're doing
It's better if I explain the
podcast.
joke, Eric. You
We're
don't
doing-
understand.
if we're doing the podcast on Sunday and then after that doing Bullet Train, I can't because I've tabletop after the podcast.
Yeah, are we? Yeah, I guess we are doing the podcast on Sunday this Sunday, aren't
Makes
we?
sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we
off
have to.
again, so
I'm off every Friday this month, so
Huh.
if you want to hang
Hey.
out like Friday night and watch Bullet Train or something, then I'm fine with that.
I was gonna say maybe Friday we should go see Gladiator 2.
We can go see Gladiator 2.
it doesn't get the DVD back.
Yeah, it
here,
doesn't get
but-
the Blu-ray back here and doesn't like get Eric to watch Bullet Train, and Eric's ass is definitely
Yeah,
not
we
paying
can
to go,
go
see
hunting
Gladiator
next
2.
fall. I mean, we can go to the water park this
Oh,
summer.
This episode sucks.
You suck.
Your dick sucks.
Did we even do an intro? Is there even
Yeah,
been a
we did
laugh
this
enough
time.
to
Did
like
we?
do it? Okay, good.
We actually did this time. Yes.
Okay.
'Cause
That's
that was
good.
I don't know. Think of a topic then.
I was talking about this is more of like a real not funny episode where I'm just talking about like the problems of the Shrek video and like why I
Yeah.
can't make videos.
You're bringing the mood down, man.
It's a
I am bringing
technical
the fucking mood down.
difficulties episode.
It just sucks. It sucks. I don't know what to do, and you're the only two people I can talk to about it because you're the only people who are gonna fucking care
That's
or
true.
even understand what I'm talking about.
True.
Also true.
I mean, you've seen the amount of hours that I've put into like some of those things, and seeing that it's not gonna get done just fucking makes me angry.
It's gotta be frustrating.
I'm angry. I'm really angry. I came
I
home.
can tell you're shaking your fist.
Yeah, I've also got my gun, but pay attention to the fist part.
He's
first.
waving that Nazi flag around. He only does that when he gets angry.
Well, and Will's wearing the Jewish star on his arm, but
You notice that? Does it look good?
it does. I like it. It really brings out your eyes,
Thank you.
and it makes the blue shirt pop.
Yeah.
The camp part I don't know about. that I'm leaving that up to Eric.
You don't like Camp Auschwitz at the bottom here?
Well, I'm leaving the camp stuff all the way up to Eric. He played a Nazi one time.
When you said that I was supposed to do the camp stuff, I did misunderstand. That's hence the assless chaps and the rhinestone cowboy outfit.
Is that what okay.
Yeah,
No, dude. I meant
said bring the
Auschwitz
camp.
I mean like Jewish concentration camp.
I had a dance number that I practiced, but
But
You look like you belong in fucking Brokeback Mountain. You don't look like you should be doing a dance.
I look like
number.
I belong in like the musical production of Brokeback Mountain
I'm surprised
on Broadway,
you can be out in this because it's
produced
been so cold.
by RuPaul's Drag Race.
I'm surprised he could be out at all in Mississippi. People get killed for that.
Have you guys been really cold lately?
Have I been cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing a hoodie under a leather jacket.
Dude,
According
the
to my
wind
wife,
has
I've
been
been pretty
brutal.
I
distant.
currently have pajama pants on underneath
Yeah.
my normal pants, but
Yeah.
no, I've been pretty cozy.
Why you been so distant?
Because I'm pissed off.
Up to your wife?
But I mean,
About
at the same
track?
time, I did just go into the room last night and then asked her if she wanted to have sex, and she was like, "Sure." And then that made me feel a lot better.
Oh.
That's nice.
Is that's
And then
always
he
nice.
walks out. He's like, yeah, confidence booster.
15
He
seconds
leaves.
later. Yeah.
No, you don't even have sex with her. You just wanted her to say yes. And then
Yeah.
you left.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, I could be getting laid right now.
Yeah.
Goes off and plays Dragon Age.
I did.
I'm
We did
cool.
have sex, and then I laid there complaining about my life for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, because that's
You
what
can't
want to hear
end with an
after
immediate
sex.
downer. She's not going to want to stay in the room with you anymore afterwards.
Yeah.
No wonder she doesn't want to have sex with you.
I don't blame her, dude. I wouldn't want to have sex with me either.
It's like when we
I hear
blow
her
each other and you
complain.
always cry when it's done. It's so fucking.
That's because of
such
the
a
memories
downer.
it brings back, dude. And the smell. God, the smell. Why do your balls smell like that?
Again, that's a feature,
Well,
not a
it's
flaw.
it's an intoxicating thing for his
Um,
species.
They
I
call
see.
it my musk.
Okay.
You should see what it does.
Does that have something to do with the chaps and the rhinestone cowboy thing? Is that
I
why
mean, I thought
that's-
that would be obvious, but I mean,
Is that why I can smell it now, though?
well, yeah,
I didn't want to bring that up.
I
but-
like fluff it and like I always vent it. Like if you look like where there's kind of like the fishnets here, I always make sure I vent it so that like it wafts.
You ever worn fishnet besides right now? This is like your first time.
No, actually, it's a new experience for me.
Okay. I had that girl that raped me that was like that. What do you call it?
Statutory.
Yeah, no, like the thing where you like bring a guy up or like bring a girl up to like have sex with you.
Oh, grooming.
Grooming. The
Grooming,
woman that
right.
groomed me.
Yeah.
She owned a yellow fishnet shirt that she asked me to wear all the time.
Huh.
And I never put it together that was weird. I was a retarded child, dude.
You were doing
I
kinky
deserve
shit
to
with a
get
grown
raped.
woman at the age of what, 16, 17?
15. I deserve to get raped is really what it was. Like I 100%
In
That
your
far.
head, you were the king of that castle. You were on top. You were doing great.
Yeah, dude.
You were getting laid, getting liquor,
Yeah.
getting cigarettes. You were the coolest teenager in your own personal world at that point in time.
Probably. Realistically,
I mean-
probably. Because, the only other teenager I knew was you, and you sucked.
I did. I was
Yeah.
lame as fuck.
Oh, my God, dude. I didn't
My
even know Will
God.
yet, but if I did, Jesus, I don't know which one would have been worse.
Every
It
day
would've
at
been me.
school, they just pants me and slap me right in the penis every single day.
Well, you say they, but you mean the Jews. I understand that.
Now,
but,
granted,
I
that's
was
assuming
there
I would've
too,
been
so
born.
Just to be
Boring.
clear, that was a group of Middle Eastern men,
it was they with a bunch of parentheses.
and
then
they
myself
were all
included.
transsexuals. None of them were Jewish.
Considering, when we met, it was on the spaceship when I was born in the vents because you never cleaned them, which
were a
I
lot-
appreciate.
Yeah, well, you were a lot rounder back then, too.
It does make
You
sense
looked a little bit
that
different.
the only communist in the group would literally be sentient garbage.
Well, he's more like a sentient
Fungus?
fungi. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Bacteria?
It's like a hive thing.
Like a bacteria colony?
I'm starting to
I
think
don't know.
that
We've never bothered taking a sample of him and checking.
and I've never thought about how much this bit doesn't work because the background doesn't fit it.
No.
And then like we only ever are aliens on a spacecraft during the watch along stuff.
I mean, we're like technically aliens on a spacecraft in the
I mean, we're like
podcast.
Aliens fighting a giant
But then sometimes
female
Eric is
version
a
of
dog.
Yeah, and the character designs are so changed. I'm not even sure. I guess me and you are still pretty much the exact same. Eric's the one that's like
yeah,
way
mine
different.
looks way different when I've
Yeah.
got the tree
He's either a spider, or a little alien guy, or a
This
dog.
episode
I look
sucks.
way more
I hate this
furry.
episode. I hate this podcast. I'm gonna fucking kill myself after this.
Well,
Me
That'd
too.
be awkward.
Is that the worst part about it?
I've never
Just be
diarrhea.
awkward? Yeah, that'd be awkward.
I've been having
Imagine like walking out.
fair.
Imagine
I've been
getting to
having
the
a lot
front
of
door.
diarrhea lately, and I think I'm just gonna kill myself. I'm not cool.
Imagine getting to the front door and then you just hear bang.
Oh.
It's like, damn.
I don't know if
I guess he did beat it.
What do you do in that scenario?
All I had today was that JC penis joke. That's all I had. After that, I was pretty much spent, and ever since then, all I can think about is how much life sucks. And
The
now
beginning,
I, like,
middle,
wanna
and end.
die.
Why are you so fucking
Patrick's-
depressed?
I'm depressed because everything sucks. I hate everything. So
You're
mad.
depressed.
I liked your racist Asian JC Penny telephone operator.
No, it's terrible. You deserve it. You deserve to be depressed.
Maybe that's why I'm depressed. It's because I deserve it. You know, that might be really what it is. Deep down, I
Would
know
it be
100%.
just like a leftist to call the cis white male says he deserves to feel bad just for being who he is?
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
A racist?
Who he is.
Yes. There's the what do the fucking leftists call it? The
Also
the
racist.
paradox of liking people or like letting people do shit.
Racism doesn't mean anything
I'm retarded,
anymore.
dude. I don't know like big words.
If a leftist says
Tolerance, the paradox of
Oh,
tolerance.
yeah.
being called
Tolerance.
racist by the left is like being called a Nazi on the internet. It doesn't
Look,
mean anything.
once again,
It's like being
I
called
think
the
you're
N-word without the
confusing-
hard R.
I think you're confusing the left with the American left, which isn't left. It's center right, but
it is not. But
it is.
Depends entirely on who you mean.
Liberal ideology follows capitalism, and capitalism as an ideology is considered a right ideology.
Sure, but I mean, like, it really depends on who you mean by that, though. Are you talking about like our politicians or the
Like,
people?
I'm not saying all leftist thought is communist or socialist thought. You know, anarchists technically fall on the left, and like
technically
all
they
that.
fall at like the top or the bottom, depending on whether or not you put libertarian or totalitarian on the top or the bottom. But
I'm really like more of like it. I just disagree with you whole part on because I know people who are like that. Like if you're talking about like politicians, yeah, our politicians are generally like center right a little bit.
No, the thing about people who subscribe to libertarian beliefs is even when they're like, oh yeah, when they follow progressive social values, at the end of the day, when big capital pushes back and says, no, we're going to do things my way, they bend the knee.
Man,
That's
you don't
the
know the
problem.
fucking same people that I do that are like woke leftists.
yeah, it's a good thing that
Well,
That's
then they're
not
not
at all.
liberals.
That's not.
Well,
at
then they're
all.
not liberals. That's the issue. Is
They're liberals, but they're way far more liberal. Like liberalism is just like center left, right? And
No.
then they're just extremist leftists.
no.
yeah, I
like,
think anytime
That's not
you get,
at all how any political theory describes it as.
Every political theory I've seen, like if you look up on anything really, like where does like Kamala Harris exist on the political chart, right?
Right of center.
She's not.
She is.
She's never listed
only an
right of
extreme
center.
leftist would call Kamala Harris
Yeah,
right
exactly.
of center.
Anywhere else in the world, you
She
put her
literally
anywhere.
supports capitalist American empire, dude. What are you talking about?
Because
she
that's
wants
not
to maintain the status quo. She wants to maintain global free
Status
trade.
quo.
I
Yeah.
like that guy.
He's a good guy.
He's like the
He's a good
the
guy.
three crows and Dumbo.
But she literally wants to
His
maintain.
buddy Jim used to
Yeah, he
you know,
did
make
some
a lot of
fucked up
laws.
shit,
He
but-
was a
yeah.
dick.
she literally wants.
Crow is pretty cool.
She literally wants to maintain the current world order, which is the
But she
liberal
doesn't, you know?
philosophy.
She doesn't.
But she does.
Not by everything she's ever said and that she platformed on.
Yeah,
She's
just 'cause
definitely
she's a
left of center,
hypocrite.
dude.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean-
You're nuts if you think she's not left of center.
Okay. I mean, whatever. You don't read political theory, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Everything
All
I've
American
ever seen, dude, I know what you're talking about because I know exactly what you're talking about. Like most Americans are like generally right of center, but I do not agree that like people like Bernie Sanders are right of center. That's insane because there's
No,
not enough
Bernie
space.
Bernie Sanders is a leftist center because he is he's a would be referred to as a sock dem.
Yes, And
that's
Kamala Harris is not far enough away from him
Kamala
to
Harris
be
isn't a
center
sock
right.
dem. No, Kamala Harris is not a sock dem. Kamala Harris is a corporate Democrat, which is a center right position.
Are you talking about like what she really is or what she touts?
What she really is.
Oh, then yes, I
Well, in
agree
that
with you.
case, there is.
I thought you were talking
no-
about like her beliefs, the things that she touts and like
No.
says like these are her theories that she
No,
ascribes to.
no, I'm talking about her actions and what she actually
Oh,
does.
then yes. I mean, we have like what 4 people who could be considered leftists by
Yeah.
that. Yeah, because there's not we don't have a system in place.
No, yeah, because
would allow
the
it to-
leftism in America is severely oppressed.
It's not even that. It's that it's not even that it does repress. We don't believe in it as a country.
Because it's severely oppressed.
No, I mean like
Or is it
We
severely
had the
oppressed
Red
because we don't
Scare in the
believe it?
50s. What are you talking about? Yes, we literally put communists and socialists in this country in jail. Yes.
I know.
It is awfully oppressed in this country.
I know, but now you can be wildly communist all over the internet and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like people are
The
openly
fact that
communist these
Hassan
days.
is alive
Yeah.
kind of means we don't live in that America anymore.
I know what
You
you're
know?
talking about. It's repressed, but I would say it's more like repressed on like a systemic level. It's not
Yeah.
repressed like by the idea that people are like still scared of communism or communists.
I mean,
It's more that like as a system, America runs on capitalism, and the fact that we have a stock market basically is just complete proof that you could never be any more than just at least slightly right.
also, if you really believed that, it would probably
Right.
not be super duper wise to use your real first name while saying these kinds of things online. Because wouldn't
Yeah.
that mean the government's gonna come get you?
The stock market
depends on
is
how big you get. Like if you get Fred Hampton levels big, yeah, probably.
the stock
Who the
market
fuck
is like
Fred Hampton.
Fred Hampton was a leader of the Black Panthers
Yeah,
movement.
he
He
was
was
the guy that-
assassinated
oh.
by the FBI.
yeah, he's
Oh.
pretty famous.
Well, no,
He's
I don't
friends with
think you have
Malcolm
to be
X.
quite that big. I think you can get a lot. You can be a lot smaller than that and get killed by the government. I think.
Okay, I mean, whatever. But yeah,
but the
you're
stock
probably
market
right.
basically proves that we're like
But
at
I mean, you
least
asked
center right.
how big you'd have to get. I reckon around that big.
I feel like smaller than that for sure.
Sure. I mean,
I mean,
I mean, I don't see the.
it's just to the point where
honestly, that's-
you're causing civil disobedience.
That's kind of getting into the point where you're getting into the what is it called? Like, is it a parabola or something? No, it's not a parabola. What's the thing where the graph hits a peak and then starts going back down again?
Pentagram.
That not even kind of no.
where it hits a peak and then it starts going down again.
Parallelogram.
You're talking about a
Parallelogram?
bell curve?
Yeah, it's a bell curve. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like a bell curve when it comes to that. Where
Yeah,
it
because you
starts-
could be so powerful that at some point that you like the government can't touch you.
Right,
I mean,
you
you're
know,
Bernie Sanders guy. Like the government's not going to kill Bernie Sanders because he's way too
Well,
high
no,
profile.
but
of a
also
person.
no.
Popular
Bernie
you-
Sanders is a fuck. The problem with Bernie Sanders is he takes like leftist movements and he feeds it to the wood chipper that is the Democrat Party. The problem with Bernie Sanders is that he ends up basically stunting any actual people's movement that happens.
Yeah, of course. There's no way to have what you're talking about in America.
Oh no, you can't reform your way into socialism.
No, it's not. That's not how there's no way that would be how it would work. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure. America is such a warmongering titan of the stock market and economy that I'm really not sure that you could be what I think you would consider a leftist in this environment. It doesn't. You
No,
couldn't. You couldn't
you
live
can't-
that way.
No, but that comes down to that comes down to the idea of because I have to live in a capitalist society, inevitably I have to engage in a bit of capitalism.
Yeah. So from the point of like, is Kamala Harris a leftist? And like, how far
From-
left is she?
from
I'm
that
like, so she
standpoint-
lives in this world.
No, from that standpoint, the issue is she is at the levers of power. She can produce change. The issue is she doesn't because she doesn't want to produce change. She is perfectly fine with the system being the way it is because she benefits from the exploitation of others.
And that's why she pussed out and didn't say jack shit about opposing Israel genociding Palestine.
Yes. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah. Because
No
she
one did.
benefits from the millions and millions of dollars that Israel gives America.
By your
That's also why
definition,
she
then
didn't
the
win.
only people who are extreme leftists would be like actual revolutionaries, because that's the only people who could ever do it. which is like a very boring
I'll,
way to look at who
well-
is left and right, because then there's the other end where it's like the right would have to be
Isn't
only
it just like a
warmongers.
communist to be gatekeeping on fucking
Yeah,
what
that's
a
like
real
such
communist
shitty
is?
gatekeeping. What a leftist is.
I mean, I can sum all that up in one line from like video game. That's pretty funny.
Sure.
All the real communists died fighting for communism.
Oh yeah, I'm not even sure that's a fucking line from a video game. That's
It
just
is.
a
It's
true
from
fact.
Disco Elysium.
Is it? Yeah. It's
Feels like something someone Metal Gear Solid would say almost.
It's
Bioshock.
fucking what I don't know what the word would be, like euphoric, prophetic.
prophetic.
Yeah.
So
I
it's a
mean,
self-defeating problem, basically.
Yes, you can't. You basically can't exist in a communist state unless you are actively rebelling
No, a
against
communist
a
state
state
is
that is
it's a
oppressing
state
you.
run by
Well,
fucking
because,
capitalists pretending it's a communist state, and then you're just stuck with the same corrupt assholes you had the last time, except this time they're pretending to be your friend.
Because there is a state,
which
yeah,
I guess that's all
Well,
politicians
by
anyway.
definition, a communist
Is a
environment has
stateless,
a
classless
stateless,
society.
classless society.
which it
Yeah.
never
So-
is.
No, I
well,
mean
it's because even communist countries, quote unquote, even admit they're not communist countries; they're socialist countries in
doing their best.
transition
Yeah,
into communism.
that's what China refers to themselves
Communism
as.
what
is
every
supposed
communist
to
country
phase
refers to
itself
themselves
out.
as.
Does North Korea say that about themselves?
Yes.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised by that. That seems like the type of thing they really wouldn't do.
You know what's something they can brag about? Actually, funnily enough,
What, they don't have any homeless people?
Yeah.
Yeah, we already talked about that. I made a clip out of it
They're all
almost.
dead.
Yeah.
or in camps.
Yeah. They're homeless. They're not there. They have a home. It's just prison. You know.
I mean, it depends on when you consider a hamburger. A hamburger is a lump
As far as
of
considering
unground meat
leftists
a hamburger
and like
yet.
politicians, and then you're like, where do people fall politically? I have to go not by what they do and the actions they have, by what they say and what they tout as an ideology and what their rhetoric is. That is, to me, what makes somebody on the left or the right, because existing within whatever microcosm of a country you exist in, you're not going to be able to be as radical as you want to be unless you were a dictator.
If you live in this country, then you exist under its laws as they are currently written.
So Kamala Harris is extremely left
But she lives
on
in the
a
United
personal
States.
like level, but she lives in the United States, so she has to be center right because she
that's
can't
where
be
we are
anything
right
else.
now.
I mean, I guess I fundamentally would disagree with that she has to be, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look at like the political map of like where politicians lie on stuff, though, it's like most presidents of the United States are like upper right
Yeah.
or center right. And then it's like, well, who even exists in the bottom left? And it's like almost
maybe
nobody.
Maybe one you could maybe argue.
Not
one.
even presidents. I'm talking about people, like famous people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Gandhi is like bottom left. And then that's pretty much like, that's damn near it.
I mean, Marx.
Yeah, Marx, I guess. But Marx has like is Marx like bottom just center? He's not bottom left, right? Because Marxism would be.
No, he'd probably be more towards the center
Yeah.
if you're subscribing to the graph.
To the
chart.
theory, not like, him as what he could do.
I mean, if you're like the whole political graph chart and horseshoe and all that stuff is a way of simplifying something complicated and shouldn't be used in a more nuanced discussion.
I agree.
I mean, what about Jesus Christ?
The
So funny enough, Jesus
upper
Christ
right,
would-
actually. Very far upper right.
is
No.
Famously.
so because he existed
right.
before socialism was invented, he is what would be considered a sort of pseudo-socialist because of some of because he didn't like the rich. He was like, we shouldn't
Yeah.
be rich. You should give all your money and possessions
sorry.
to the poor, and we should
All people are created equal.
be equal.
Yeah,
you know.
Christianity is inherently a communist
In
death
fact,
cult.
Rosa Luxemburg talks about in her book, talking about early Christian, cults in communes, is literally they would come in, give all of their possessions to the commune, and they would use that to like live off of. Like everyone
Yes.
there would use that to live off of.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
like,
that eventually changed when basically I think it was when Rome adopted Christianity as its. I think
once it started
its
owning
state.
a lot of
Yeah,
money
'cause
and
then you get
land,
the
it
state-
started getting.
Yeah, you
a
get the
little
state
bit-
involved with it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, well, now you're the state's religion,
And
so
now
the state
this-
has a say.
And now this religion that's super famous about being accepting of everybody and not being greedy and living in communes and also remember, turn the other cheek. That's the right's mascot for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the right worship, was it prophet side Jesus?
Prophesied Jesus.
Prophet size or side Jesus, whatever it is.
I don't know what you mean by that. Is
Warehouse
that like a term?
Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's not like what he actually was or what he actually said.
It's
but
like capitalist Jesus.
The idea of him.
Yeah.
It's like they read
It's white
the-
Jesus. They
it's
worship
like-
white Jesus.
Yeah.
They
It's
read what the Messiah was supposed to be in the Torah and then didn't bother reading the New Testament
Yeah.
as to what he actually did when
It's
he
kind of
showed
like
up.
it's kind of like Santa Claus, you know, like people like believe in Santa Claus, but Santa Claus was like Saint Nicholas until Coca-Cola turned him into a big fat red man.
And he was like
Yeah.
Turkish.
Yeah, and now people like
well, he's like a mix of a couple different people I found out.
Yeah, Saint
Like,
Nicholas
apparently,
was like a Greek, Middle Eastern.
He was also a mixture
Turkish
of
dude.
this. His roof chimney thing came from this English guy who could like dislocate his shoulders and slide down your roof and steal all your shit.
yeah. Saint Nicholas
famously,
famously
that was the thing. There's this English dude who was well known. He was named like Chris or something like that.
Chris Kringle.
Chris Crankle or something like that. And he basically would go around and you'd hire him to clean your fucking roof. And he'd break his shoulders, go down your roof, jack all your shit, and your chimney would be
I
clean.
think that's called a chimney sweep.
You'd come home and your chimney would be clean,
Oh, and dislocate.
but all your
shoulders,
shit
not-
would be gone. So he was like
but your
that was
TV
like a-
would be gone.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
so
think
he's black.
I don't
is what
think
you're
they
saying.
had
But
TV. He was black because of the soot.
So he was
Patrick,
in blackface.
please calm down. He was in blackface.
well, that's
was
even worse.
pretending.
That's worse than being black in my book. I don't know
Yeah.
about you guys.
Obviously, he was the racist.
Yeah,
and not
exactly.
Patrick.
Hey, look,
not
if
me.
the Prime Minister of Canada can do it, by God, any white man can do it.
Do you see what he said about Trump's statement today? Trump like jokingly made a statement during the
Did you see what the
trip-
Mexican president said to Trump?
What'd he say?
So Trump
Suck my
apparently like put out a social tweet and was like, had a great call with the Mexican president. She said she's going to close her southern border, ending immigration to the U.S. effectively. Very productive. And then she like
You mean her northern border?
no her
Our
southern
southern border.
no her southern border. That way the
Migrants
Oh,
can't
so
get
like
through
the Ecuadorians
Brazil
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But then, like minutes later, the president of Mexico like basically shot back. We didn't talk about that at all. We just had a back and forth. And by the way, 70% of the guns that kill people here come from the America. Most of the drugs come down from America.
That's just not even true. I mean, the guns part I believe,
Most
but the
of
drugs
the
is just-
immigrants
that's
come from
dog
America.
Depends on what drugs you're talking about.
That's just that doesn't make any sense on like a
I can't remember. Hold on, I took a picture. Let me actually read it.
that makes no sense. Guns, I believe, because we make guns, but we don't make drugs here.
Yeah, we do.
China makes drugs mostly, and
No,
then
we
they
make
say,
drugs
they,
here.
they get drugs to us through Mexico.
We can trade meth for marijuana.
We can trade meth for
Here it is.
marijuana.
She said
sure,
70% of the illegal weapons seized from criminals in Mexico come from your country, U.S.
but that makes sense.
We do not produce these weapons, nor do we consume synthetic drugs. Tragically, it is
consume synthetic drugs.
Tragically, it is in our country that lives are lost to the violence resulting from meeting the drug demand in yours.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
okay. They're
Yes.
saying the drugs are being made in South America.
The
and
drugs are not being made in
trafficked
South
through
America. It has been
Mexico.
recently proven that like the fentanyl and basically everything.
Oh, China.
Is
Yeah,
from China.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay.
A lot of it's from China.
And then
Yeah,
China
Mexico's the
sells it
middleman.
to the Mexican cartel.
It's
and then the
because-
Mexican cartel brings it up here because it works to
And-
China's advantage
yeah.
if we have a drug problem.
yeah, because the leaders in China know if America has a drug problem, it makes America weaker.
You know
Yes.
what? I just realized that means that the Chinese are giving in the most powerful Western country opium.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, it's they know a little thing about
little
it.
They
Politics.
know, they
Yeah.
know a little thing or two about
Yeah,
that.
They learned that lesson.
It's not cool, but I see what you
it's
did
almost,
there,
It's almost
China.
like the communists looked at our obsessive consumerism and said, I bet we can use that to kill them.
Oh yeah, you know it. I mean, that's not even a joke. That's just
If I
yes.
could buy Lortab over the counter, there would be some in my medicine cabinet. Yes. You're
If I
correct.
could buy Lortab over the counter, then we've
You'd
got
be
like
dead.
a problem. Yeah, I'd be dead. I would not be alive today. I really, really, really just am starting to think that I'm going to do heroin or something.
Why?
Let's try
Because, like,
cocaine again.
you know, it's fine.
Try
you know?
a productive drug like
It's
cocaine.
fine. I can just, I don't know. Who cares?
Don't do heroin.
Don't do heroin.
I'll just do heroin again. It'll be fine.
I'll mix some cocaine, your heroin. We'll speedball together.
Yeah, okay. That sounds all right. But I
There
mean,
we
you
go.
don't have any money. You're not paying for the cocaine. And if I'm going to
Not
buy
paying
drugs,
for the heroin either.
yeah, well, yeah, but if I'm going to be the one buying the drugs, I'm going to buy the drugs that I
You
want.
know, it was a good game.
What's that?
Hell. God damn, what was that game called?
Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne.
Nah,
That was a good
it was
one.
the puzzle game where you had the demons who were all like a cutesy harem, and you were trying to make them your harem girls.
Hellbender?
No.
No, Hell something. I never played it. I
Lucifer
know what you're
makes
talking
you
about because I've
pancakes.
seen the porn.
Yeah.
So
No,
I-
wait. Are you talking about the one where it's the succubus?
They've all got white hair.
Same
Yeah,
name.
they all have white hair.
Oh my god, have you guys seen Meru the succubus? Rule
Yes.
34?
I have.
Because if you haven't,
doesn't ring a bell.
if you haven't, I've got a great thing for you to goon to.
I 110%
It is quite
have seen
possibly
that, yeah.
one of the best pieces of animated porn ever created.
Oh, okay.
It was only made about 2 years ago. Meru's pretty new. But
within the last 4 years for sure.
yeah. Anyways, it's some real high quality shit. I'll shoot you a link. There you go. Now Patrick can put Meru in the thumbnail. Now we'll get lots of views. See?
For this crappy episode.
Dude, this episode sucks.
Are you even going to put this
Gotta
out?
insert some hentai.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put this up.
What time are we at?
Put it out.
An hour and 11 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we're good. Cut
Okay.
this shit.
Bye.
Bye.